Okay, so one of the most overlooked aspect of the hip is one of the most important is hip internal rotation, right? It's something that's severely lacking in most people because we're told to go to the gym and we're always cued to push our feet out, push our knees out, right? Which cues a kind of external rotation. And we never counter that with any internal rotation work, right? So what happens is we come onto the field, we're lacking hip internal rotation, and that then affects our gait and it affects our ability to run, jump, sprint, move in ways that prevent injury, right? Because if you run and move the wrong way, you'll get injured. So let me show you how that works, right? Right? Let's say I'm running, right? I'm coming. I'm planting here, right? This is my plant foot. I'm planting, ball of the foot. I'm in a bow, right? Head over foot, right? Because we move from side to side when we run, right? That's why it's also important not to stiffen your spine, not to do deadlifts, squats, anything that creates spinal compression, right? And that impedes your ability to move from side to side, right? So basically, we land in a bow, right? We hold this position, and then as we move forward, right? We've absorbed the impact. As we move forward, we enter hip internal rotation, right? This foot here lands in a bow, and this hip here goes into internal rotation. This hip does this, internal rotation. So it would be smart if we practice more this kind of movement to recover our ability to do hip internal rotation. Because it's one of the most important parts of hip function. And it's incredible that we ignore it so much and we don't consider it something that we should be practicing regularly, especially if people are going to the gym and doing all these exercises with the cueing the knees out, the knees out, the knees out. And then they wonder why they're walking around duck-footed. Modern world, it's not just lifts, compound lifts that cause this. The modern world, we're always sitting in chairs. Our hips are always pointed out. It just happens, right? So if you want to be able to maintain good hip internal rotation, you need to try this exercise before and throughout your training and see if you don't get more mobility through your hip over time. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm getting into a quarter squat position, right? My ass is back. My ribs are in front of my ass, right? I'm pointed forward. I'm packed back. I'm slightly squatting. I'm coming up and I'm internally rotating my kneecaps, right? Basically, what I'm doing is I'm internally rotating out, in, out, in, out. This mimics part of the movement of our gait pattern. I'm coming down, I'm squatting, my quarter squat, I'm back in my shoulders back, rib cage in front of the hips, and in, 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 in. Obviously, you'd hold something to make this easier. This is it. In, 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 in. You want to come in, we'll quarter squat, my hips are back. This is the natural position of running, sprinting, okay? We run in, in, in. We landed, bows, in, in, in. And I'm really concentrating on moving this all the way into hip internal rotation. In, in. So anyway, give that. So anyway, give that exercise a try before, during, after training sessions. Try to recover your hip internal rotation. It's a bow to hip internal rotation. It mimics the gait pattern of when you're running, sprinting, jumping, and it could well save your hips. So yeah, give it a try.